From breathtaking moments to grueling challenges, prepare for a dramatic journey filled with unforgettable performances. The load was too heavy. The road was too bad. The tractor struggled to pull the trailer loaded with sugarcane across the muddy, sandy stretch of road, but the excessive weight caused the wheels to constantly lose traction. Despite the best efforts of the Ford and Belarusian rescuers, freeing the trailer from its predicament remained a tense and challenging task. Every carriage was packed with people. On the day of Bishwa Ijtima, the Rajshahi Express became one of the most crowded trains on Bangladesh railways. Everything happened so fast. The cable snapped, the truck hurtled down into the ravine and disappeared from sight. A mistake cannot be corrected. The one four-wheel, Ashok Leyland, slowly made its way around the winding mountain pass, but a careless car suddenly blocked its path, forcing the driver to stop and make precise steering maneuvers to guide the massive vehicle through the narrow gap. A few seconds faster, but at the cost of a big mistake. Will he be able to get the tractor out of the mud? In the middle of the muddy pond, the driver calmly maneuvers the steering wheel, using every bit of traction to save the stuck machine. This is the moment when the driver's skill, patience, and courage are truly put to the test. The excessive load caused the trailer to lose stability and tip over right on the road. Overloaded. And you know what happened next? It's probably been a long time since the car was last serviced. Could it free itself? The IMT 539 spun its wheels continuously, but only sank deeper into the soft mud. Amidst the slippery ground, all hope now rested on the driver's experience and the machine's ability to grip the mud in order to overcome the obstacle. Efforts to move. What do you think of this driver's skills? Moving a 104-ton boulder, a task that leaves no room for error. The mud had brought the journey to a standstill. The Ural truck carrying timber was stuck deep in the muddy forest road after the rain, its wheels spinning but unable to move forward. Now, it all depended on the driver's experience and the machine's strength to free the heavy load of timber from its predicament. The mud is no easy feat. The John Deere 5042D is stuck deep in the field, its wheels spinning but only digging deeper. Will the driver have the experience to get the machine out of the mud, or will a dramatic rescue be needed? Even a low-speed derailment can lead to lengthy and costly repairs and disrupt the entire line. The muddy road defeated the bus. The Flota La Macarena bus got stuck in deep mud on a difficult route, forcing the journey to a halt. In such slippery and challenging road conditions, only experienced drivers could find a way to safely navigate the vehicle. The load was too heavy. The Ford had to exert all its strength. The upgraded Ford 4610 strained to pull the trailer loaded with animal feed to the point where the tractor's cab lifted off the ground. When the pulling power reached its limit, the Ford 4600 came to the rescue, creating a dramatic coordination between the two machines in the face of the enormous load. Everything happened in a split second. While lowering a piece of machinery into a construction pit, the Dnieper crane suddenly lost balance and tipped over. The heavy weight of the equipment, combined with unstable ground conditions, transformed a normal lifting operation into a tense situation, highlighting the importance of calculating load and working conditions. The muddy slope. Every meter forward was a challenge. The brown bus struggled to climb the muddy red dirt slope, its wheels spinning and sinking deep into the thick mud. The engine roared incessantly, and everyone waited to see if the driver had enough experience to navigate this challenging stretch of road. The road was narrow. The truck slowly made its way along the winding trail through the Colombian mountains, where every bend presented a challenge for the driver. In an instant, the flames engulfed the entire convoy. The MTV SYD car transport vehicle suddenly caught fire along with all the cars it was carrying, creating an extremely tense scene. A 8-hour rescue operation was quickly deployed as authorities worked to control the fire and minimize damage. Unloading overloaded cargo. The heavy-duty excavator began dismantling the giant crane with precise movements. After just one decisive impact, the entire structure slowly collapsed to the ground, concluding the demolition process with an impressive display of strength and skill.
Прикольно.
A small misstep caused the giant to fall into the ditch. The 110,000-pound Ivanovo crane unexpectedly sank into a ditch, forcing rescue teams to deploy 2 cranes with lifting capacities of 176,000 pounds and 110,000 pounds respectively to work together to salvage it. Every maneuver was precisely calculated, creating a tense but incredibly impressive rescue operation. This moment was truly impressive. The 527-track tractor roared, exerting all its pulling power to rescue the overloaded Oshkosh M1070 timber truck stuck in treacherous terrain. Every meter moved was a battle between the machine's power, the enormous load, and the driver's skill, creating a dramatic rescue operation. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any dramatic incidents or rescues. The road was too narrow.
No.
On the Sunchubamba route, the bus slowly crossed the temporary bridge and the stretch of road clinging to the side of the mountain. Every meter forward required absolute concentration because just one inaccurate steering maneuver could turn this journey into an extremely dangerous situation. A car's journey doesn't end in the junkyard. Powerful recycling machines will dismantle, cut, and crush each part, transforming the old car into raw materials for future industries. Overloading comes at a price. The Kobelco excavator malfunctioned when lifting a load beyond its limit, turning a familiar operation into a risky situation and impacting the project's progress. The job was done, but leaving the site was the real challenge. After completing its task, the 77,000-pound crane got stuck and couldn't move itself out of the construction area. Next, the powerful Fend power machine faced the tall silo, attempting to withstand the tremendous compressive force. However, the silo unexpectedly collapsed, creating a horrifying scene as steel plates and materials shattered. The Fend machine remained resilient, despite the devastation. Everything seemed under control. The Fend power concentrated all its power to compress the compost in the silo, but the pressure was too great, causing the structure to suddenly collapse. The steel plates fell in an instant, creating a breathtaking moment, while the machine remained standing amidst the rubble. The mud had blocked the journey. Strength alone was not enough. The Tata truck, loaded with concrete, was deeply embedded in the mud, its wheels spinning but unable to free itself. A heavy-duty crane was quickly brought in, coordinating powerful pulls to rescue the vehicle, creating a tense but impressive rescue operation. Just one small misstep. The whole machine paid the price. While climbing onto the platform, the excavator suddenly lost balance and tipped over. The moment happened so quickly, showing that even a small mistake can lead to a serious accident. Following the truck accident in Silverhoyden, excavators and tow trucks were urgently deployed to clear the scene and remove the damaged vehicles from the road. Every step was carried out carefully to quickly restore traffic and ensure safety in the area. The road was terrible, but the Mack truck refused to back down. The Mack 4X4 truck roared to life, slowly conquering the muddy, pothole-filled, and slippery slopes. Every meter forward was a battle between the power of the machine, the grip of the tires, and the skill of the driver. What happens when a truck crashes into multiple cars? This crash test will give you the answer. The road was narrow. One mistake meant there was no chance of correction. The 1-0 wheel truck slowly navigated each bend on the winding mountain pass, where a cliff stood on one side and a deep ravine on the other. With its heavy load and limited turning space, every steering maneuver demanded calmness, experience, and absolute precision from the driver. Thick white smoke billows. The White Road Boss 77, equipped with a Cummins 335 small cam engine, a 15-speed gearbox, and an SP40 rear axle, showcased its power with an impressive burnout. Just one sudden break. The multi-ton steel coil snapped through the tracks, hurtling straight into the cabin before crashing onto the road. Is it the mud or the tires that are the problem? The John Deere 6330 kept spinning but remained stuck in the field, the mud quickly clinging to the tire treads and significantly reducing traction. Will the tires have enough traction to get the machine out of its predicament, or will a dramatic rescue be needed? Excessive load. While climbing a steep mountain pass, the heavily loaded truck suddenly lifted its front wheels off the ground due to the weight shifting to the rear. In that tense moment, everything depended on the driver's composure and skill to keep the vehicle stable and continue the journey safely. The tree stumps refused to yield. Neither did the Valtra. Valtra 985 No. 12, equipped with the TMO-33 winch, exerted all its pulling power to uproot the giant tree stumps in the middle of the forest. The roar of the engine, the taut winch cables, and the ground shaking with each pull created a display of strength and skill. A single deep mud pit was enough to bring the entire convoy to a halt. A truck carrying massive steel pipes suddenly sank into a large mud pit, causing the heavy load to drag the entire vehicle deep inside and rendering it unable to move. hundreds of tons per trip. The TZE-240 is built to conquer the heaviest tasks in the mining industry, where power, durability, and performance are paramount. Can a tractor free itself from a sea of mud? Sinking so deep that it seemed hopeless, the machine was almost completely buried in the thick mud. But with just a piece of wood tied to the wheel for extra traction, things began to change. The wheel slowly climbed out of the mud pit, creating a tense and incredibly impressive escape. Only one tractor will win. MF 274 and Universal DT 445 enter a fierce tug-of-war where engine power, tire grip, and driver skill are pushed to the limit. Perhaps this is the most dangerous road in the world that drivers have to navigate. Would you dare to drive in this situation? When transporting dozens of tons of wood on a slippery road, even a small mistake by the driver is enough to cause the vehicle to lose balance and the wood to fall in a chaotic mess. Everything happened in a split second. The fire broke out while the vehicle was in motion. The Eicher CNG-powered truck suddenly caught fire, forcing the driver to quickly stop the vehicle and exit the cabin. Strength against strength. But the outcome was perhaps predictable. The Kraz 214 entered the tug-of-war with the Opel Vectra, while the car in the middle had to withstand the pulling force from two sides. The engines roared, the tow ropes tightened, creating a breathtaking moment as all three vehicles were subjected to immense pressure. Heavy rain. The mountain pass is slippery. The challenge has only just begun. The 1-2 wheel Ashok Leyland truck, heavily loaded, slowly navigates the winding slopes in the rain. With its heavy load and muddy, slippery road surface, every steering maneuver requires the driver's calmness, experience, and skill to safely guide the convoy.